Hey besties, long time no see. It's Nat back again with another very late speed build for you all. We're gonna get into that in a minute, but I just want to do two things. First of all, sorry I've been gone for 2 weeks. I'll get into that in the voiceover. But also thank you all so much for your incredible response to my face cam video that I posted 2 weeks ago, the 7-day 7 looks. I had so much fun making it, and I'm so glad you all enjoyed it. I'm still working on getting back to all the comments, but I see all of them and I read all of them and I really appreciate them. So thank you all so much. But today is a way of sparking my creative juices again. I wanted to do a painting inspired build in Happy Home Paradise for my best girl Maggie. Shout out to Maggie and the Ferocious Beast stands. Where you at? This video was heavily inspired by the Reds Recreation Challenge by Bell Bonnet Punk over on Instagram. Please go give them a follow. I only realized after I had picked the painting for this video, which I'll put right here. You can see it. Where's my arms? You can see it. I'll put it right here. After I'd picked the painting for this video, that they had already done a recreation of this painting. But this one came from my own mind, and also it's it's in Happy Home Paradise, so it is what it is. But you should check out theirs because it's great, and check out their stuff. Give them a follow, besties. I get so much from this community, and that includes inspiration when I'm feeling a little creatively empty. So we're gonna get our creative juices flowing again today. So let's just jump right into the build. I'll see you all in voiceover. Hey besties, it's voiceover Nat here, and we're jumping right on into Maggie's house. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, I have not posted for 2 weeks now. That was not on purpose. I was having technical difficulties, which we'll get into, but I was also having inspirational difficulties, which is why I felt inspired to attempt this build and I don't know, just do something a little different, do something a little creative and something to get my juices flowing in my brain again. And honestly, I feel like that's something that Happy Home Paradise is really great for in terms of this game, of if you're feeling stuck in a gameplay loop or you don't know what to do with your island, because this game is so much about decorating your island because the villager dialogue is still not the best. But yeah, that feeling of I don't know what to do with my island, so you can just go to Happy Home Paradise and experiment and do something like this that I simply wouldn't have room to do on my normal island. Speaking of my normal island, I actually no. Let's do this. Let's explain what's happening in the build a little bit. Like I said and showed in the intro, this is inspired by a Monet painting. Also slightly inspired by the shirt that I did for my 7-day 7 looks video where I made all those custom designs. So I was pulling in that inspiration as well. But that is why you can see I'm using the hedge bushes and those trees to sort of create an artificial tree line with the spire shaped trees. And I'm also going to incorporate some pine trees as well later on. But I'm mostly using the bushes to create those spires, and I'm using a lot of wheat fields. I eventually incorporated a couple of I changed the season to fall, and I incorporated some normal weeds growing, but I mostly relied on the wheat fields because they just look really nice and I like them. Okay, now we can talk about the technical difficulties. So I had several builds planned that I wanted to execute in not a totally specific order, but I was like, okay, I'm going to do this one, and then I'll do this one and this one. So a loose schedule in my head, basically. But one of those builds is extremely daunting, and it has been weighing on me since I had the idea for it. And even just starting it has been an uphill battle mentally. So I was like, you know what? Instead of doing that, I'm going to do a different Happy Home Paradise video than this one, a completely different one that I had planned. So I filmed that, and then I got to the editing stage, and that is where the complete collapse of that video happened. Essentially, I was struggling with, I was trying to do a voiceover with facecam, the entire time, the whole video, me talking into the camera about the build, with my face in the corner, while you watch the build. Little Simsy does those types of videos all the time. I, for the life of me, could not figure out how to get it to work, how to line how to line up my two recordings with each other. Okay, hold on a second. This part was, I never used this like dark brown color, and I thought that the contrast from the lighter color door would be like too much, but I honestly kind of love it. And like the brown on the door handle is really like, she's giving, like I kind of am obsessed. And same with all of the different colors of the wheat. I really like mixing them together. That's something that I see people do on Instagram. I feel like every video I'm like, I saw someone do this on Instagram, because everyone in this community is so smart and creative, and I am taking advantage. You guys know my motto, I love to steal. I'm just kidding. I love to give credit and also steal at the same time. Oh my god. Okay. So yes, the technical difficulties with the previous video, not only was the voiceover not coming together from on a technical level, but as I got more and more frustrated with the technology, the actual content of the voiceover got worse and worse, to the point where I was like, this is hopeless. Like, I kept giving myself breaks because I'm like, you're frustrated, the computer is not doing what you want it to do. These red hyacinths I was really excited to use, because I never use red hyacinths because I don't know, it's a very abrasive color, red, but I liked the warmth. I enjoyed the warmth a lot. But yeah, the technical difficulties were making each progressive attempt to record the voiceover more and more frustrating, because the voiceovers were getting worse because I was frustrated. So I was like, this is not working. And then I discovered that my recording software had been like weirdly cropped. I guess at some point in the process of setting up my face cam, I messed up the cropping for my Elgato capture. Oh, here I was changing the weather, to match the painting, and also just to match the vibe. Like, I wanted it to be warm and sunny, and now I'm just gonna fiddle with stuff like I always do, just to get the balance correct and like make sure everything feels right. It's all vibes, besties. It's all vibes. Speaking of vibes, the video that I was making, bad vibes. The subject of the video, this is gonna become like lost media, and that's not lost. I still have the copies, but it's lost for you because you're not gonna see it, because the recording for that video was an absolute mess, and I needed to separate myself from it. So that gets to the reason that it took me another week to put out a video, and the fact that this video is late as well, because I'm supposed to post on Wednesdays, and look at me, it's Thursdays. And now it's not because of an editing thing, it's just like I was like so creatively exhausted. I was like, I attempted to I put out the face cam video, which was really exciting, and the response to that, like I said, really incredible. But then after that, I was like, oh, what do I do now? Because I just used so much creative energy working on that video and editing it and putting it all together. And I was like, oh, what do I do now? And then it was like, oh, I have to do this huge build on my island that I've been dreading doing for actually literally months, that I've had it in my head. And I started it, and I was like, oh, no, we're not doing this. And then when I devised the backup build for my own mental health, and that backfired on me, I was like, oh, well, no, I'm not doing a video this week. We're not doing that. I was just like, no. If the backup video is causing me even more stress than the idea of making the stressful video that caused me to make the backup video, then why am I making the backup video? Like, we're just not going to do it. So I did a stream, and it was really fun. Also, this red bike I think is really, really cute, and I like the pop of red with all the flowers. Just like talking about my own mental health struggles while I'm talking about my Animal Crossing build is so goofy. Oh my gosh. Anyways, but yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I streamed, and it was a lot of fun. We played City Folk, and we played The Sims 4. Speaking of which, Sims 4 content is coming back. I still want to do that legacy challenge. I've just been struggling a little bit with, once again, motivation, but also the YouTube algorithm and stupid stuff like that. But yeah, I was just trapped in like a mental rock and a hard place where it's like, I want to put out a video that I'm proud of, but if I'm being honest with myself, I'm not capable of doing that right now. So I figured I might as well just put out a video where I'm being honest. Which is a thing that I can do, because I love to talk, as we all know. Speaking of being honest, the inside of this is not my best work. As you can see, all of a sudden there's like an interior that is not the default interior that has all this stuff going on. That is because I had an entire different idea for the inside of this build that, once again, did not materialize, and I ended up turning it into a plant shop. It's a really cute plant shop, not my most creative, but once again, it got to a point where it's like I created this cool thing on the exterior that I was really, really proud of, but then the interior was bothering me, so I had to make the choice of either like, oh, I'll just scrap this again and we'll just not have a build again, or release the build and instead of dreading like, oh, well, it's not the best it could be, and just like posting it and enjoying the process of making it, even though because the thing I realized, the thing that I was stressed about isn't the process, it's the end result. It's like, oh, I'm dreading like, how is this going to look in the end? How is the video going to turn out in the end? How are people going to enjoy this build or get something out of this video? But not like, oh, am I enjoying the process of solving this puzzle of decorating Maggie's house for her and making it sort of match the themes of the exterior, which I really, really enjoy. So yeah, that was my that was the realization that I came to through the process of making this video for you all, because I also realized this while I was streaming last week. I like making stuff. I like making videos and editing. I like creating things. I like building a house in The Sims. I played so much Sims 4 this weekend, not even for YouTube. I started off recording a house build video for my Animal Crossing themed Legacy Challenge, and, you know, I got tired of that, and I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to build a house. And I built a house. I downloaded a bunch of CC, and I had so much fun, and I just enjoyed being creative for a little bit. I don't know what this voiceover has become at this point, to be honest. I'm definitely tired, but I am sort of relieved that I finally was able to create something and have fun doing it, even if I also got frustrated, especially because it's like a step in getting out of my creative slump of like, oh, I can do one baby step and do one thing that I like, and that means that I can do something bigger or harder, and I'll enjoy the process, and I'll probably enjoy the end product. This really just became like 15 minutes of advice. I didn't mean for this video to become that. Oh my god. If this is not your favorite voiceover of mine, I totally understand. I think it's, at the end of the day, it's for the first person it's for is me. And then if you did get any use out of my random rambling that could be interpreted as advice, then I guess you're welcome for that. Wow, really just incredible stuff. Create things. If you don't like it, you still created something that you have to talk about and think about in your life. You made one thing, so now you can make something different or maybe better than that thing in the future. Think about that. But if you never make anything, then you're never going to make a better thing than your first thing. That's advice right there. Write that down. Y'all should be paying me for this. I'm just kidding. It's just my random rambling over my Monet video. After 2 weeks of not posting, oh my god, I'm a mess. Is this burnout? Is this what this is? Oh well, if it is, then I'm starting the process of getting over it. I'm manifesting that for myself. And I'm carrying that momentum into my next build on my own island, and also into my next Dream Address tour, and into my next Happy Home Paradise video that I have planned, and my next stream. I miss doing the streams. Taking the break once again, as I said before, was really good. Getting to just be creative on my own and not have to also turn it into a YouTube video, which is a separate creative thing. I was struggling with this 4x4 plant. She's too thick. Like she just doesn't fit. Like she's skinny on the bottom, but she's thick on the top. And like that's a great shape to have, like if you're a person. But if you're an Animal Crossing object and I need you to fit in a certain space, then she's not working for me. But yes, I realized while I was away that I was like, oh, I miss streaming because I missed making videos and I miss streaming, but for different reasons, just because the process is so different. And I miss interacting. I missed being on Discord. But I'm glad that I took the time off, and I part of me is glad that I waited to explain myself, because I feel like also if I give myself an artificial deadline that I already wasn't able to meet, like if I can't post a video and then I'm like, oh, well, then I'll just do it on this, and I'll tell everyone, hey, I'm moving the video to this time. Sometimes that works, but other times it's like I'm putting myself in a trap because I'm not gonna get it done, and then I'm just gonna keep posting like, hey, I'm pushing the video again. So I'm like, I should just go mind my business and like stay in my brain, and enjoy my own brain, and then come back when my brain is reset a little bit. And is my brain reset? That is a topic that is still up for debate. Though, to be fair, I also think that I am just physically tired because of my whack schedule that I've had this past couple of weeks dealing with boring adult stuff. Actually, you know what? Looking at this, I miss this white wallpaper. I overuse this wallpaper, and then I switched it to a different wallpaper that I also overuse. But I kind of like the white. It's kind of nice. I also had different plans for the flooring and everything. I had different plans for this interior from the get-go, but it just was not working. Like, I looked at a bunch of pictures of Monet's house, and they're really beautiful, but that house was just too complicated for me. I'm like, Maggie, I love you, bestie, but I am not capable of giving you this right now, so I'm just going to give you what I can give. Just like this recording. I'm giving you what I can. And like I said, that's honesty, besties. I'll give you honesty, even if it's a very exhausted honesty. Here's some honesty. Along with playing The Sims 4 for an ungodly amount of time this past week and weekend, I also binge watched all of Evangelion and the movies because I've been meaning to do that for many, many years. And I was like, I have time. I don't know why I told myself I have time when I literally don't. But I did do that. I don't want to see any comments about like, no wonder her mental health is in ruins. It's like, no. I can handle some robots and some deep mental introspection. What I can't handle is a binge watch. I think I'm just too old. I think I'm getting too old for a binge watch. I was staying up way too late. That's also partially why my sleep schedule is even worse than normal. Maybe the true mental illness is the fact that now I'm looking for another show to binge watch while I'm working on builds. So if any of you have any recommendations, I'm thinking of finally watching Haikyuu. That's been another one that's been on my list for a while. Love a good sports anime. But yeah, if y'all have any recommendations that you'd like to share, please let me know in a comment. I will surely put it on my watch list and get back to it in several years when my brain decides now is the time to watch this thing that you've been waiting to watch forever. Does anyone else's brain work like that? Like with TV specifically? Like movies I'm more willing to give a shot, but with a TV show it's like it's really pulling teeth with my mind. If my brain's not ready to watch it, it's not getting watched. But maybe that's for the best because then I'm like fully prepared to enjoy it, if that makes sense. Ooh, okay. Actually, it talks about the build for 2 seconds before the video ends. I try to use objects that I don't normally use as a way to push myself, especially in Happy Home Paradise. In this build, those featured objects are the owl clock, and I used a wreath, which I never used because I just don't like the colors of them. But in this build, the wreath worked perfectly. And I also used the music box, which I don't use super often. And I picked a random song because my in-game audio wasn't working for some reason, and I couldn't think of what they sounded like off the top of my head, so I just went with Animal City or something. Oh yeah, I did go with Animal City music box, which, she's cute. We love it. Okay. Thank you for sticking around for my rambling. We are going to shortly jump to outro me after I change the weather one more time. I honestly kind of miss that nighttime color, but I like the right before sunset as well. And here we're going into the outro. And next time we'll have a normal voiceover, I promise. That is going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment. Also, if you feel so inclined, you can tell me what anime I should ruin my sleep schedule watching next, or let me know games you want to see me stream. I want to do another proper Happy Home Paradise stream soon, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But yeah, thank you all again so much for watching. Thank you all for your lovely comments on my first Facecam video. I will be posting more consistently. I appreciate the opportunity to just take a break and reset my brain a little bit. And I'll be back very soon with more Animal Crossing loveliness. So I'll see you all again next week. Bye!